Despite Turkey's vows for a complete trade halt with Israel over the situation in Gaza, Turkish authorities have bypassed their own ban to facilitate Azerbaijani oil shipments via Ceyhan. The Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan has promised to cleanse Sinjar from Kurdish guerrillas who had previously defended the Yazidi homeland against ISIS. The United Nations is urged to address child deaths in Kurdish regions of Turkey, as lawyer Yasmin Soydan plans to submit a petition for the removal of armoured vehicles and heavy weaponry from urban areas. The Swiss Federal Council has responded to a recent motion raising concerns about the isolation of Abdullah Öcalan and other political prisoners in Turkey, deeming isolation inhumane and degrading treatment. Learn more with Media News. Despite an official trade ban declared by Turkey against Israel on the 2nd of May, due to the worsening humanitarian tragedy in Palestine, Azerbaijani oil continues to be shipped to Israel from the Turkish port of Ceyhan, as reported by BNE IntelliNews. The movement operates even after the Turkish government announced a comprehensive trade ban with Israel, indicating a continued discrepancy between Turkey's official policy and economic activities. Azerbaijan maintains strong ties with Israel, providing significant oil supplies through the pipeline. The report highlights substantial trade volumes between Turkey and Israel, with a significant flow of goods and services that are economically important for both countries. This includes the export of petroleum products from Israel to Turkey and a robust trade relationship worth approximately $6.2 billion annually. There are indications of domestic and international political pressures influencing Turkey's actions, including statements from Turkish political figures urging stronger international responses to the situation in Gaza. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan has expressed confidence in Iraq's pro-Iranian Hashd al-Shaabi forces to, quote, cleanse Sinjar, the historical homeland of the Yazidi people, from Kurdish guerrillas that had previously defended against ISIS's genocidal campaign. Speaking to Al Arabiya on Sunday, Fidan discussed a range of topics, including the ongoing ceasefire negotiations in Gaza and broader Middle Eastern geopolitics. Notably, the interview suggested that Turkey is tactically leveraging regional anti-Israeli sentiments to strengthen its campaign against the Kurds, with a significant military operation in Iraqi Kurdistan looming. Fidan said, "I believe Hashd al-Shaabi is willing to cleanse Sinjar of the PKK. If the PKK does not leave, every Iraqi patriot will fight this terrorist organisation occupying their country." He called for central Iraqi government action against the PKK, which he argued was previously perceived as a localised Kurdish issue. Recently, Russian sources claim that the PKK collaborate with Israeli forces in Gaza, raising questions on potential Russian-Turkish strategies to shift Arab world perspectives regarding Kurdish autonomy and rights. Kurdish children, whose deaths are attributed to the presence of armoured vehicles and heavy weaponry, are being killed regularly on the streets of Kurdish-majority urban areas of Turkey. These deaths are now being brought onto the agenda of the United Nations. Yasmin Soydan, associated with the country's Lawyers for Freedom Association, is spearheading this initiative. Speaking to ANTI-KURDISH on Sunday, lawyer Soydan announced plans to petition the UN concerning the alarming rate of child deaths in Kurdish regions, attributed to armoured vehicles and heavy weaponry in urban areas. Soydan is known for her advocacy work as a member of the Children's Rights and Memory Commission of Turkey's Lawyers for Freedom Association. She highlighted the gravity of the situation. These years saw the deaths of nearly 385 children and injuries to around 850, Soydan said. The presence of armoured vehicles and heavy weaponry in Kurdish regions has become distressingly normalised. These instruments of conflict must be removed to restore safety for children, she said. The Swiss Federal Council has responded to the motion presented to it on the 15th of March, raising concerns about the isolation of Abdullah Öcalan and other political prisoners on the Turkish prison island of Imrali, and appealing to Switzerland's responsibility in this regard. The motion was tabled by Lawrence Fellman Riel, deputy of the Swiss Federal Parliament, with the joint signature of 12 parliamentarians. The motion placed emphasis on Öcalan's key role in the peace negotiations between the Kurdistan Workers' Party, or PKK, and the Turkish state from 2013 that were curtailed by Turkey in 2015. In its response, the Swiss Foreign Ministry argued that Switzerland aims to improve detention conditions worldwide as part of its obligation to prevent torture. It also noted that, according to the case law of international human rights organisations, isolation is considered to be inhuman and a degrading treatment of human dignity and even torture. Furthermore, Turkey is reminded of the obligation of the member states of the Council of Europe to implement the judgments of the European Court of Human Rights and Turkey's international obligations to respect human rights and the rule of law.